What's going on, sports fans? Happy Tuesday. Welcome all in to all of you. Thank you for being here. How is everybody doing this morning? Hope you're all as good as you can be. Goodness gracious, a lot of people up early on a Tuesday morning hoping for a sports card drop from Target.com. Welcome in, everybody. Schultzy's card pulls here. Early for your Tuesday morning. How y'all doing? Let me know in the chat. Good morning, everybody. Like I always say, like I just said, hope you're enjoying yourselves as much as you can. West Coasties up very early this morning. Very early. We're talking god-awful 3:56 a.m. before 4 a.m. before 7 a.m. on the East Coast. There we go, seeing everybody chiming in. What's going on, everybody? Steve Pirro, what's up, man? Ben and Heather Krieger, what's up back to you? Oh, Tua asking about the $14.99 gift card glitch on Target.com. I did see that. Anybody, if you missed it, there was some kind of glitch going around. I think it was late last week where Target.com was offering up gift cards, at least on their website, of basically you could spend as little as $14.99 and get about $500. So basically $500 for $15. And goodness gracious, that was apparently an S show on Target's end, and they ended up canceling a bunch of orders from what a lot of people told me. So, pretty hilarious. Got my chocolate milk here, you guys. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves as much as you can this morning, as you are up early as hell, trying to score sports cards on Target.com. Tons of stuff going on today, not only in the world of sports cards, but the world of sports as well, you guys. Oh, my goodness. And once again, I am always here to answer questions. If you want to ask about red cards, how you obtain those, super easy. Talk about why they're beneficial, talk about why you hate them. We can talk about that too. But right now it looks like you do need a red card to score the upcoming Donruss Optic Basketball coming out. So if you don't have that, we can get into how you acquire that. We can talk about how weird of a stock it's been for the last month or so. Maybe about 3 weeks ago, we can look here at this calendar. 2 weeks ago, we had a bit of a decent stock with the Select Blasters and the Donruss Blasters. Then look at this. In the middle of September, we had our first look at some Donruss football blasters, and obviously some megas last week. We really have not seen much the last couple of weeks. So we're waiting on Optic Basketball. We're in between releases right now. It really sucks because that's what everyone's here for. Tabletop Geeks' Discord Target Rep leak. It's crazy. Brandon asking, aren't they usually released on Tuesdays? Talking about some Pokemon. Because, yeah, we did see some of that Celebrations ETB action drop last week. Breaking Dance as we do for a Tuesday drop. Yeah, guys, that's another thing as far as the world of sports cards and Target.com drops have been happening. Week to week, it's been a Wednesday for the past 5 weeks now. As soon as y'all get comfortable with a Wednesday stock, 5 weeks running, sure, every single Wednesday, the last 5 weeks in a row, that doesn't mean it's going to be a regular thing. And as soon as we get comfy, Target's going to change it on a dime. So be careful. Just letting y'all know. Silver Sport, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the chat this morning, guys. Do me a favor, smash that like button if you get some value out of this. And I did see Tua. He's like, oh man, dislikes already. You know what, dude? It's just either haters or people that hate the way I talk or think that what I'm doing for sports cards is just for views or disingenuous with whatever I'm doing. But you know what? That's okay, man. We'll keep fighting through. Had haters all my life, so I think everybody does. You don't have haters in this world, man. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, smash the dislike button. I hate that. Honestly, I don't like when people smash the dislike button. It kind of sucks, but like at least I can be honest about that. But anyways, you guys, helps feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Helps me get this out to more people on YouTube. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers. Freaking awesome. And it is too early, I agree. Garrick J, as we hit 4 a.m., you guys, we are in the hot zone right now, officially in the hot zone on Schultzy's card polls, waiting for a drop from Target.com. You see we got the Target tracker going, you guys, and there are prestige football hangers that were put up in stock on Target.com as of last night. I believe you have a limit of 5, so you can get 2 in each bundle times 5, so 10 total hanger boxes. Not too shabby, spending about $100. If you did want to get some prestige, a decent way to get your hands on it. Then the Fire Blaster still in stock. And then, of course, we still, for a while now, have had Topps Chrome kind of on and off. Gypsy Queen not in stock right now, but we've had that pretty often as well. PRIZM Basketball, WNBA PRIZM Basketball blasters there. Allen and Ginter blasters for baseball. And then PRIZM Draft Picks Fat Packs up for grabs also on Target.com. And then some PRIZM Megas and blasters. But obviously a lot of people not really liking the no logos. All right, you guys. So that's what's up on Target.com right now. But yeah, tons of stuff going on this weekend. And by the way, you guys, in the NFL, I want to start. Oh my goodness gracious. There was such a crazy question that somebody asked me last week. Going into the weekend, it was Patriots v. Buccaneers. Tom Brady coming back to New England for possibly the only time ever. I know a lot of people were saying that this is going to be the one and only time he goes back to New England. But hey, if he plays 4 more years, he actually could end up there again. I don't know. But anyways, the spread was 6.5 for that game with the Bucs on the road, and they would have had to score 7 to cover that. Somebody asked me, Jordan, which game would you pick, that game or the Chiefs-Eagles game where the spread is 9.5 or 8.5 or 9 points, with the Chiefs having to spread that and score more than that to cover over the Philadelphia Eagles? And I said, you know what? I would stay away from that the Buccaneers game because, unfortunately, I think there's going to be too much drama with Tom Brady going up to meet Mac Jones and Bill Belichick and the Patriots. And was I right or was I right? I mean, I'll admit when I'm wrong, but you guys, Kansas City beating the Eagles 42-20, becoming only the second time, I believe, in the last 15 games against the spread that the Kansas City Chiefs have won. Crazy. I had people in the chat telling me last week, Jordan, you're nuts. They never, ever, ever, ever cover the spread. And they don't. And I didn't even have time to look this up before I came on the air this morning. But you guys, I bet you, if you look at the other time that the Kansas City Chiefs covered the spread, it was probably when they were trying to get back on the schneid and score a bunch and just look like they actually felt like themselves again. So probably what happened the first time that they covered the spread in the last 15 games, and the second time happened to be on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was pretty crazy. And a lot of people were saying, oh, dude, the Bucs and the Patriots is the easy one. The Bucs are going to cover at 6.5 for sure. No, they won by 2. So that was wrong. So just pointing that out there, you guys. Lots of great football happening over the weekend. I happen to be right. People asking me about which team would cover the spread over which. And the Chiefs coming through for me. They looked good. King Snipes on box is the Chiefs v. Bills spread. Will be interesting. I agree, man. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, basically the two of the top quarterbacks right now, if not the top in the NFL. Other names quickly approaching, though, at least to be considered for that ilk. I mean, you guys have Justin Herbert, and I'm not just saying this as a huge Justin Herbert fan, but look at what the Chargers did on Monday Night Football last night against the Raiders. 28-14. Herbert looked like a stud per usual, 3 touchdowns. Chargers might be the team to beat in the AFC West. And if he keeps playing like this, you're going to have to consider him one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You're going to have to. You're going to have to seriously talk about how he's top 7 every single week if he continues to come out throwing bombs like this. And that's not just because I'm a huge Ducks fan and I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan. All right, you guys, and quickly to break away from sports talk, I am updating myself and not only looking to see if I'm logged in on Target.com, but also monitoring the back-end links through my Discord monitors, the group that I'm a part of, Card Snipers. They're pretty awesome. Go check them out below if you would like to pay for monitors every single month. You don't have to, though. Just wanted to give people... I really try to be transparent. It's like, hey, guys, so this is the group I use. And if you want to check them out, do it. But I have not seen any activities on the back end yet. So nothing as of yet on the back end for sports cards. And honestly, there hasn't been much activity for anything this morning. Pretty quiet Tuesday morning on Target.com. Sometimes before they do drops, they'll kind of put some other stuff up for people to grab. So you can kind of see like, oh, yeah, you know, it looks like they're going to stock. But definitely have not seen any of that this morning yet on Target.com, unfortunately, or the back end. But that's okay. We will wait. And hopefully we will be successful in about 10, 20 minutes, and we'll see some loading on the back end. Mainly sports cards. Says hair gel went missing. I mean, I still have some in. I just took a shower right before I came on this morning, so probably not as dry as it usually is when I do it, and usually I'll stick it up at attention. But that's easy because I got like 4 cowlicks, so makes hair very easy to do that in the morning. Jesse, yeah, have not seen anything loaded, man. Good morning to you. Tua, Lisa, and the Panthers' #1 ranked defense got shredded like lettuce. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And there have been some teams that look like they are pretender undefeated teams leading up to this point. Obviously, the Raiders being a perfect example of that on Monday Night Football. Andre asking about any Pokemon today. Honestly, not sure, you guys. Not quite sure. Not seen much Pokemon since I started doing this until last week with the Celebrations ETBs in the middle of the sports card drop. Aaron CT says my Saints dropped a poopy, as did my Lions. Good gracious. No fun. No fun, man. It's okay. The Rams, love my Rams. They lost as well to the now probable MVP candidate. Ooh, getting a nice message from one of my Discord members, you guys. And hey, if you want to be a part of this community all the time, check out the Discord. Link is up in the pinned comment in the chat, as well as the GOAT search put together by Run Good Life for Target.com. Look for sports cards. He's awesome. But also you can find the Discord link. It's a free Discord down in the description as well. If you want to become a member of the channel, you get access to the marketplace and a couple other awesome things and giveaways that we're doing every single month. And one of my Discord members, very, very awesome supporter of the channel, said my buddy said Optic is on eBay, so possibly this week. So looks like we are seeing some of this stuff start to trickle out on eBay. And what that means is usually the vendors or probably the vendors or possibly even the distributors that got their hands on some of this Optic in a case or two before it hit the retail shelves. Either put that on eBay themselves or gave it to a buddy and made a little money on the transaction as well, going on the secondary market. Michael Trent asking if Hinkie is the real deal. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he's real enough to where I picked him up to have him as the backup on my fantasy team in case maybe somebody else needs a quarterback before the trade deadline. So I thought that might be a good one. If people really, really wanted a quarterback and were locked in on Hinkie. For the fun of the hobby, says my Jets finally got a win. Yeah, Zach Wilson actually finally gets to celebrate a win. Goodness gracious, man. Oh, Jason says, good morning, Schultzy. Tested positive for COVID on Friday. I am so sorry, Jason, and feel like complete garbage. Dude, please go to bed, Jason. Honestly, man, recovering from what you've got is much more important than trying to score sports cards right now, buddy. Oh, Jason, so sorry to hear, man. Get better soon. A couple other people saying that he should feel better soon, man, and well wishes for him, man. That sucks. I do not want to see anybody in the hobby come down with that, man, at all, you guys. Anybody in this community, y'all are awesome, and it really sucks that, unfortunately, that is still spreading like that, and people are still feeling that terribly, no matter how young or old or healthy you are. It really sucks, you guys. Not trying to get political. I mean, I'd hate to see people sick. So that's it. That's baseline what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go one way or the other. I'm just saying I hate to say, as a fellow human being, I hate to see people sick. Kevin Scott says, stay active. Going to bed is not good. Yes, but you do need to get your rest, and you absolutely need to give your body some time to recuperate, especially on that. Trey Lance, baby, Highlight Z says, the stock going up. Get those Trey Lance rookie cards while you can, you guys. Although rumors that Jimmy Garoppolo might start, super weird. Like he has a chance to play this weekend in San Francisco. What the hell's that about? All right, guys, as we continue to wait for sports cards possibly to drop on Target.com. Other news out of sports this morning. NBA preseason officially tipping off last night. Tons of games to watch on the docket, and super cool, actually. One that I really appreciated, the Golden State Warriors and Portland Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers lost, obviously. That is not really a big deal. It's preseason. Preseason doesn't mean much, but hey, what I saw for the Warriors last night, Jordan Poole, you guys, 30 points as they beat the Blazers. So, I mean, once again, preseason doesn't matter, but it's definitely worth noting that a kid looked good scoring 30 points. So, maybe keep an eye out on his rookie, because an early preseason performance like that, who knows? It could go one way or the other. It could turn into something legitimate during the season, or it could just be a one-off and whatever. But hey, if he's got some cheap rookie cards up right now, I'd recommend maybe taking a look at some parallels and seeing if you could find some deals. Mariners did not get into the playoffs. That sucked. That was hard to swallow over the weekend, that's for sure. Yeah, Sayer Sports Cards and Collectables says, my Warriors won, baby. Yeah, it's preseason, though. I mean, I'm not surprised. Mimo says, check your Discord, man, messages. Will do, man. Absolutely. Got my Discord up right here on my iPad. And also, you guys, one story that I had to talk about just because I always love talking about the drama in sports, and that is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the drama that is Urban Meyer, their head coach. Oh my goodness, that man cannot seem to do anything right. He did not have much time to figure out what went wrong after his loss against the Bengals Thursday night, going 0-4 before more bad news. That viral video, him getting rubbed up on by a blonde woman who was not his wife in a very crowded bar, embarrassed the team, embarrassed Herb. And the best part about it, it's all over the place. You can go find it on YouTube if you want to watch it. Unfortunately, I don't have it queued up. The best part about it is he didn't even look like an NFL head coach in the video. Looked like dude, like golf bro Urban Meyer walking off the golf course ready to get another cold one at the bar. Did not look like an NFL head coach at all. That was hilarious. So funny. And why do people care about this personal life, asking Jar Jar with Urban Meyer? That is because he is a married man and he's an NFL head coach. And in the world of Instagram and social media, you know, getting away with that kind of stuff used to be an easy thing, you guys. But remember the whole Tristan Thompson stuff going on a few years ago when he was cheating on the Kardashian sister? It's too easy to get caught now, you guys. Matt Chapman says 95% of Warriors fans established in 2015. So true. I've been a Mariners fan, diehard through and through, thick and thin, since I was a kid. Haven't made the playoffs in 20 years, the longest drought in North American sports out of every single sport. Seriously, hockey, baseball, basketball, football, you go look, the Mariners have had the longest playoff drought of any team in any league. It's kind of sad. Jar Jar says, a Jaguar fan, I am not embarrassed. All right, brother. Jonathan Amaya with the joke. Urban Meyer have more touches than his running backs. Ooh, smack. That was fantastic. Guys, have not seen anything on the back end yet on Target.com. We'll keep monitoring. No sports cards, unfortunately, dropping on the back end yet. Hopefully, we see some Donruss Optic Basketball this week. Let's check that Discord out now. Let's see. Trying to look at some inside info really quick here, you guys. Give me a second. Ooh, here we go. Might have some breaking news here on the chat. All right, guys, check this out. Beware for cards coming back into store as well. Beware. Inside memo from a source that I will not reveal. Starting October 6th, your store will test having select sports trading cards eligible for OPU drive up. So basically store pickup or drive up to fulfill out of the back room only. These cards will be different than the ones currently set on the sales floor and are only for pickup and drive up ordering. Only for that. So you guys, go watch my latest hunting video. You'll see the stuff that was on the shelves recently at Target, like near me. It was just kind of some Gypsy Queens, some Prestige Fat Packs. But it looks like that might be changing, guys. They might be adding some of the good stuff back to sports card stocks in stores as well, but you're going to have to purchase it online. So be ready, you guys, for more of what we've been seeing lately. Some of the select football that's been left over. Here, let's go back and look at the drop calendar there. These hangers, specifically, you guys, from September 22nd, those were in-store pickups, select areas around the country only, and we've had some fat packs. Christopher, yeah, I'm sure your store has had sports cards in it for a couple weeks, but what I'm saying is it sounds like you guys, Target is getting the good stuff back here pretty soon, and they're going to be selling some of the good stuff, like Optic, like Donruss, like Select, if they have any, Select Basketball, Select Football, back in the store available for pickup, and that's huge. That's crazy, you guys. So by October 6th, they're going to be starting to test some fulfillment again. You heard it right here on Schultzy's card pulls, you guys. I'm not sure anybody else has that information, and if they do, then I'm sure they aren't talking about it much. But there you go, you guys. I try to be as transparent as possible. People giving me the tips. I appreciate you, anonymous source. Thank you so much for letting me know. Helps a ton. Dennis White with the $5 super chat as we wait on sports cards from Target.com. Thank you so much, Dennis White. I bet on both last week. One Kansas City, lost Bucks. This week, Schultzy, who are you feeling more confident for? Bills plus 2.5 at Kansas City or Dallas -7 at home versus the Giants. So that's a tough one, man. Ooh, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Dennis. I honestly, all right, I got to look a little bit and then I'll get back to you on that. Gotta look a little bit, and then I'll get back to you on that. Bills plus 2.5 at Kansas City. That's a tough one, man. I might play that one as a teaser. Dennis. Dallas at home versus the Giants seems like the safer play to me because, of course, you've got the protection of the dome, and you've got a nice, easy field that you're playing on. In Dallas, no elements like they would have in New York, and a touchdown as a push. So personally, Dennis, if I were you, I would either tease one or both, and Dallas, like, move it down to like a -6. Still make money, man. still make money on that. That's what I think you should do. Matthew Snow says, so most likely no drop today, but tomorrow since they would start online pickup. Yeah, that is a possibility. That is a possibility. So if they're saying October 6th, they're going to start online pickups, then tomorrow might be a big one, you guys. CJ Chavez says, repeat it. You talking about the news that I just read about Target? They are possibly getting sports cards back in store, and not just the ones that they have up front, but like boxes available for sale online that you can get for drive up or pick up only. Essentially what you can do with a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox. It's the only way you can buy one of those. Now it seems like they will be testing some restocking of stores, actual physical stores at Targets again with decent sports cards. Tucker, what's going on, man? Tucker Shipsky in the house. How you doing, buddy? Blaze Steven, here comes all the unemployed virgins if they plan on doing in-store pickup. I'm sorry, that's just funny. That S makes me laugh. I'm sorry, it does. Sorry. You know how many... Oh my gosh, by the way, that makes me laugh, you guys, and also reminds me of that one of the shorts that I... just crazy. It has almost 1 million views. I put it up when shorts just started. It's my reaction after I pulled an Anthony Volpe Mojo Refractor auto out of 25 from a Bowman Mega Box pack. It was awesome. It happened last year, and it was so crazy. Some of the comments talking about how I didn't have a life and how I was a virgin, and it's like, sure? Like, okay. Yeah. Hilarious that people really don't know what the hell's going on, and they just leave. They leave comments like that. Tucker, my morning's going okay, man. Thank you for asking. Happy to be here with y'all. Make sure, guys, smash that like button for me. Working hard. Helps me feed 2 kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. That's right. Love our cats, named after Pokemon. And once again, they are asleep this morning. And usually, you guys, here on Schultzy's Card Pulls, the kitties are like the freaking groundhog in Punxsutawney, predicting whether or not it's going to be an early spring when it comes to like being awake or not for sports cards. The kitties, whenever there's a sports card drop, they are awake. They are at my door banging and scratching, trying to get in because they know that there's something going on, awesome, something important in here. And when there's not a sports card drop, they're just sleeping. And this morning they have been sleeping. So maybe that is an indicator as well as possibly seeing Target putting some good stuff back into stores. Brandon says, so fake. No, Brandon, what I saw, and I can't put it out there because it's anonymous, but what I saw was an actual memo from Target, brother. It is not fake. I promise you. What I was reading that from and why I actually took a minute to kind of gather myself and see what I was looking at for a second was because I saw an actual message from Target's inter-store communications, you guys. That's where the source was. AutoGodz, what's going on, man? I mean, the date falls on the day they have been dropping cards. Exactly. So, Brandon, I promise you, you know what? If it's fake, I'll come out and eat crow and say that it was. But you know me, man. I'm trying to be out here with integrity. I'm trying to give everybody the most honest and best up-to-date knowledge that I have that we can get out here. So, I'm just telling you, man. When you're reading stuff like that directly from Target inter-store communications or inter-manager communications, no, Tucker, the memo is not in the public Discord. It was sent to me. It doesn't mean like I'm going to be able to post it or anything, you guys. Maybe I can post it later once I can copy it and put it in the Discord. Ha! Tim says your kitties can tell when their dad's excited. It's very true. James says cats are the worst. I mean, I used to think so, but then my wifey convinced me of just how awesome Siamese kitties can be and just how lovable they can be. And man, there's nothing like just squeezing a little animal that loves you and knowing that they really appreciate your presence. It helps you stay alive. It honestly does. Everybody needs a little bit of love in their lives, man. And cats and dogs are a great way to add that. Jonathan Amaya asking if Schultzy, does this mean that online pickup will launch after opening? Usually when I do online same-day pickup, it's during business hours. Does that mean that they'll go on the website after 8 a.m.? No, Jonathan. Unfortunately, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think it's going to be similar to like it's for PS5s or Xboxes, like I was saying earlier. So, and PS5s and Xboxes don't really drop at normal times. They drop early morning most of the time as well. I believe we had a PS5 drop on Target.com late last week, and it was super early, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock on the West Coast. So, unfortunately, no, just because it's in-store pickup does not necessarily mean that it's going to be at a decent time. So don't plan on sleeping in, man. I still think it's going to be just like some crazy early restock like it always has been on Target.com. Ben and Heather Krieger says, except cats don't appreciate anything. I mean, if you get the wrong ones, yes, but you can absolutely find ones with personality. Brandon says, like I said, I'll bet you 1,000, Schultzy. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. There was no photoshopping about it. They just hid the personal email just like you would, making sure that wouldn't get out there. Adoy says it's not fake. It was on the other guy's Discord. And yeah, you guys, Target has been trying to get cards back in store at some point. That has been the end game. It was always meant to be like a temporary removal of sports cards from in stores. So it's not like it was all of a sudden like, oh, we just decided to try and put sports cards back in again. They've kind of hoped that people forgot about like the chaos of in-store drops, and now they're maybe slowly but surely trying to quietly implement it back in. But I appreciate you, Brandon. He says I'm still a boss. Thanks, man. I don't know for sure, you guys. I don't think that that's fake news. I think it's real. Breadman, does the monitor server have monitors for PS5s? Yes, the Card Snipers monitors do have monitors for PS5s and Xboxes. Not only from Target.com, from like like direct from Microsoft if you want Xboxes, from Sony as well for PS5s, Best Buy, all that good stuff. You're very welcome, Siski Whiskey. I mean, I'm just putting out what I see out there, you guys. If it ends up being wrong, then it ends up being wrong. Wasim Khalaf says, did anyone end up sending you a Donruss Mega? No, but I never really paid anyone for one yet, so that's my fault. That's why, because I never really paid for one at retail. Really didn't get a chance to do that yet, but taking some other stuff over for the channel, trying to make sure that other ends are covered. And still no, I see a couple more questions about back-end looks on Target.com. Unfortunately, still not seeing anything, you guys, as we pass 427. Now 428 on the West Coast, 728 on the East Coast, 628 Central Time, 528 Mountain Time here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. The Hawk says, what does the memo say? All right, guys, we're going to read it again for you. Here's what the memo says, you guys. Says he's just trying to help the community out and loves what I do, and he's really not trying to do anything like... It's not photoshopped, you guys. It's definitely not. This is a sports trading card fulfillment test. It's an update from Target sent out to some stores, or all stores, who knows. Starting October 6th, your store will test having select sports trading cards eligible for OPU drive-up to fulfill out of the backroom only. So it sounds like that this is going to be happening in just different kind of markets, pick and choose. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be every single store across the country. But these cards that they're saying are going to be available for drive-up or pick-up only are different than the ones currently set on the sales floor. What that means, you guys, is it's the valuable stuff. The valuable stuff will be coming back again. That's huge. That's huge. And that is a direct communication from Target talking about what their plans are for testing, trying to get cards available in store again. Not necessarily putting the good stuff on the shelves, but putting it up online available for in-store pickup and then having you just go and get it. Siski Whiskey says the drive-up part of purchasing sports cards will eliminate the line outside the night before. It makes sense. It will happen. I agree. Brandon says it's a joke. Brandon really doesn't believe it, you guys. And I understand. Some people will not believe it. It's okay. Breadman asking how much the Discord monitors are that I am a part of. Card Snipers is $40 a month, you guys. But well worth it. I mean, I've been able to score a PS5 from them. It was awesome. Got my own. So, didn't resell it, just kept it. It's freaking great. But if you did want to resell PS5s and Xboxes, then Card Snipers is the way to do it, you guys. Erwin asking, no drops today. Have not seen any links loaded on the back end yet as we pass 4:30 on the West Coast, but I will be here until just after 5 hanging out, you guys. Waiting to see if there could be a late morning drop. I mean, we have seen stuff load as late as 4:40, 4:50 in the morning. It has happened. They have absolutely messed with us on the time of day. They've gone as early as like 3:30 at some points, way back in the spring, going into early summer, and then as late as almost 5 a.m. Absolutely insane. No, I'm not going to ban Brandon. Sayers has banned Brandon. No, no, I'm not going to ban him. Sold PS5s yesterday, says CJ. Zancy Pelosi says Target loses money on people stealing cards like crazy. A lot of stores do. A lot of stores do. Rip It Up says if it didn't go back in stores live, that would last like a week before people ruin it again. If it's drive up, then that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, you guys, I think drive up is going to be the best way for them to combat any of the craziness, any of the violence, because, I mean, with drive up orders, you don't really know who's getting what and when. A lot easier to mitigate issues and a lot easier to maintain safety that way. Sal asking what I play on PS5. All right, so I have the new Call of Duty, the newest one that came out, and then I also have MLB 21 The Show, but I have not played them at all because video game time since I started this channel, you guys, has not happened. Video game time has not happened. Aaron Queen says, ban Schultzy. You're funny, Aaron. Oh, checking in with the laugh as usual. I love you, Aaron. Appreciate all of you. Smash that like button, you guys. Helps me feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee as we wait for sports cards, hopefully to drop on Target.com this morning. We still, unfortunately, are not seeing anything loaded on the back end, you guys, but I am waiting. I am looking. I am monitoring, and I'll stop mid-sentence and let you know as soon as something loads. And usually, I haven't mentioned this in a bit, but you guys, the live stream chat that I'm on usually sits about anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, depending on the morning, depending on how the internet signal's running, like behind what I'm actually doing here in the studio. So when you're seeing me talking, the words coming out of my mouth right now, it's probably about 10 seconds or a little bit longer after it happens in real time. The chat sometimes is a little bit quicker than me, pointing out that like stuff is loaded on the back end or that different items have gone live. So watch me, watch the chat, keep refreshing on your end, you guys. If you don't have this yet, and if you are using like a desktop Chrome, like Google Chrome web browser, I would highly recommend you get like an autocomplete extension. Usually those are free. You can add all your billing info. If you have a Target.com card, just like with one click of a button, and that includes like your PIN number for your red card. I was looking at those yet as well. I was looking at those over the weekend as well, and they actually seem pretty interesting to me and maybe a way to trim a second or two off because you guys, as I've been saying this entire time as we're trying to get sports cards on Target.com, it's about 3, maybe 4 seconds or so that the bots are usually checking out in. I mean, by the time you're getting into your cart, they've already completed 3 or 4 transactions with their bot. And unfortunately, that's just the way that it is as a manual user right now. However, when there are bigger numbers of stocks, it tends to bode better for us manual users. If there's at least 20,000 people that are, 20,000 boxes of a product that people are trying to go for, it's usually a bit easier to score. at that point for the manual user. Say your sports cards and collectibles, asking if Card Snipers is worth it. I mean, I personally think so. I was not able to score cards or anything like that online before I got into that group. But that is something that I will leave up to you to make the ultimate decision on, you guys. If you think that you can keep scoring manually, if you just want to continue to use my free links and do it, please. I mean, by all means. And I'll be here doing it, you guys. And I think that's a great way to score still. But me, you know, I have a YouTube channel that I rip stuff on. So getting cards is like, it's a lot more important to me than it would be to somebody that's like not ripping them on camera for views. So that's why I invested in the Discord group, to try and help me to get sports cards. So, you know, we all have our reasons and we all have different end games here. Obviously, I'm in this to entertain as well as to inform, make a living off of it too, you know, but doing that with legitimate info and not trying to like charge people or bait and switch people, that kind of thing. It's like, hey, you have the option to support me, and if you don't want to, then just, man, I hope you watch me. That's all I can ask. Still in the hot zone, you guys, for about another 15 minutes. Chris Pye asking if my Discord is live yet. Yes, you guys, if you want to join my free Discord, it is live. The link is up in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, as well as the description. Sean Shamel says, would have backloaded by now. We are getting late into the morning, you guys. However, I have seen cards loaded up to closer to 450, so we're not out of the woods yet. However, after seeing that memo from Target.com, I would probably venture a guess to say tomorrow would be the day. October 6th, you guys, it's going to be a big morning. Hopefully, if they're sending out this memo in anticipation of attempting to sell sports cards that are different than the ones that they have in store right now, maybe those different ones are the Optic Basketball retail boxes we've been waiting so long for. And I'm not surprised, or I am surprised that it hasn't come out in, like, what, 3 weeks plus since Optic Hobby was released? If I remember correctly, Select was not far behind on the retail end after Hobby came out. But we're, like, waiting for Optic Basketball. And that, I think, a reason is why people have been kind of waiting week to week, thinking, oh, this is going to be the week for Optic Basketball, because Select was not as delayed on the retail end as Optic Basketball has been. It's been crazy. Brad Selden Esquire says a bunch of dirty flippers in here. Man, there's a lot of people in here. So, you know what? Some are flippers. Some are just trying to score some sports cards. I appreciate every single person here. It's fun. And honestly, it's fun to hang out every morning. And as far as reselling, you guys, I actually don't hate all reselling activity. If you're out there buying a box to rip and then you want to buy another box to resell, I get that. I think I've made that point clear several times. It's the people that clear the damn shelves just to jack up the prices of sports cards. Screw you. Stop doing that. I hate that. I'm totally okay, and I understand that there's a market for secondary, like, market boxes. Totally get that, and I accept that. I'm fine with that. What I don't like is when you clear out the damn whole shelf and you're not really collecting yourself. You're just trying to make money off of it. Yummy Yas Love is October 5th, is what I heard on Optic. Well, today is October 5th, buddy. Shoot, dang. Brad Selden Esquire says, I am one. Matt says, can you break that memo down again? Yeah, you guys. So if you have not heard yet, or you just missed it, some of the big news this morning, inside info that we've been seeing on Discords, and I will be posting this message, the memo that I got in my Discord. I will be posting the picture as long as the sender gives me permission to do that. They're not going to know it was from him, or her, or them, because honestly, it's pretty funny. They're let me just say that it could be anybody, seriously, and I say him because that's the emoji picture, but it could be anybody. I really don't know who it is, so. But as long as they confirm that I can post that in the Discord, I can. And big news, you guys. Basically, what Target is saying in a memo is starting October 6th, your store, select stores across the country will have testing of sports trading cards eligible for sale either via OPU or Drive Up, which is basically online pickup or Drive Up, to fulfill out of the back room only. I'm reading directly from the memo right now, you guys. These cards will be different than the ones currently set on the floor, so different than the Score, different than the Gypsy Queen, different than the Top Series 2 hangers that I saw and the Prestige Fat Packs that I saw on my latest trip to Target when I was hunting for retail sports cards. These different boxes are only available for online pickup or Drive Up, which means you're going to have to buy them online during these drops that we have in the morning. Don Yee says, do you do mountains of Coca-Cola? Schultz, I'm really not a Coca-Cola fan. Really not a Coca-Cola fan, man. Greg Volker says, greed has ruined the hobby. I do agree, man. Unfortunately, greed has really gotten the best of people, and we've been seeing access to sports cards limited just because of that. M-Easy says, Schultzy just pinned the memo. You keep getting asked, LOL. No, I'm going to put it in the Discord. I'm going to put it in the Discord so people can see it, and I will do that here after we get off this live stream in about 20-25 minutes or so. Yeah, M-Easy says, botters and flippers have ruined the hobby. Hashtag real talk. Yeah, botters, you guys making it tough for manual users to score. And once again, I go back to a survey that I put out earlier this year asking, why do you think you can't find sports cars? Is the problem supply and demand, or is it hoarding and price jacking? And gosh, I got to go look at that survey again, but I swear it was over 70% of people that responded. And there were 1,000 plus people, I think almost 11 or 1,200 people that responded to this survey. Over 70% of those 1,000 plus people said that it was hoarding and price jacking. It's people hoarding them up, keeping the boxes in their garage, then selling it one by one slowly on eBay. There really is no supply and demand problem. The supply last year for PRIZM was there, but I would be driving up to Walmart, and then the dude that beat me there went back in, broke the rules, and got 8 PRIZM football mega boxes, told me so, wouldn't even sell me one at retail. I mean, that's what I was dealing with last year. That's what you were all dealing with, and it just sucks. It sucks. And that's why we're here waiting up early, every single week, trying to get sports cards from Target.com. Matthew asking if I feel the same about breakers. You know, Matthew, breakers, if they're honest ones, I mean, I've done some breaks myself on the channel. Breakers, I believe, are actually kind of a great way for people to get access to sports cards, because in some situations, if you find the right deals in breaks and you find the right price points, you're getting more than you would out of a box just buying it. And you don't have to deal with all the extra cards that you would normally have to just trying to open that box and hope you pull the one card that everybody's trying to pull. If you go on and you get like a random team break, you know, the price is right. So yeah, you're gambling. It's essentially a gamble. But if you go on to a random team break, the price is right. You could hit something awesome. And then you're only sent a few cards from that team and possibly getting more value out of that than if you just would have gone out and bought that box or 2 or 3 itself. I mean, getting access, the cool thing that I find about breaks, and it's why I buy into them myself, it's because I think it's awesome that you get access to like such great boxes and maybe boxes that you normally wouldn't go buy. So I find breaks to be beneficial to people. However, I do know there are terrible scammers out there and that you should avoid those. Find the good people like Run Good Life, like Hitman, like Tri-City Polls doing the breaks on here, you guys, on YouTube. Those are honest peeps. And yes, of course, everybody that's doing breaks is making money. However, you got to think about, you guys, a lot of these people have actual established businesses set up. They're paying business taxes. They're paying stuff out to ship. And they got to file taxes quarterly. It's not like it's just like an easy money-making life. There is a ton of work involved. Go look at any of the videos that Run Good Life posts after, he gets done with a break and he's having to organize all those team cards and make sure he doesn't screw them up. Because if you make an error, man, speaking from experience, that sucks. Because you have to go and try and figure out exactly where stuff went wrong. But his organization is solid, and I actually learned a little bit from him, made it easier to kind of organize my breaks. But once again, you guys, if you find honest people, I think that it is a really, really good way to get access to sports cards. Because you're not going to want to go spend like a PRIZM hobby box, PRIZM basketball or football. Are you going to want to go spend $2,000 to get on that? No. However, if you get on that with like a box of like a mega box or like a retail PRIZM display box, and you get into a break like that, and you can get a random team spot for maybe $100, $150 or two, that is so much better of a chance for you to actually get access to that box than you would be just walking into a hobby shop. You're never going to afford that box. Christopher K says, Schultzy, they get a big tax break, though. That's true. They do get a tax break. Breakers jack up retail more than the eBay resellers do. Yes, STDDB, some do. And I'm not trying to say that all breakers are awesome. That's the thing, you guys. You can't, with all the different niches in the hobby, as we pass 446 guys on the West Coast and 746 on the East Coast, not all the niches in the hobby are filled with the exact same people, and not all niches in the hobby are going to have every single person across the board acting the same way. You're going to have the good people. You're going to have the kind of shady people. You're going to have the mediocre people. You're going to have the people that are just starting out breaking and that their setups aren't going to look so great, but maybe you could still get some decent cards anyways, and those are priced better, and maybe they're not as trustworthy, but like the deal's there, so you buy it. I mean, there's so many different kinds of people out there trying to do this, so you got to protect yourself. But usually if you're buying in through breaks like on eBay or PayPal and through goods and services, you're going to be protected. So you don't got to worry about that. Eric says, no one filing taxes, LOL. Well, if they don't, they're going to have a huge problem with Uncle Sam in a year or two, dude. So mark my words, especially you guys, after this year came into effect that resellers on eBay and Mercari and StockX now have to file taxes basically for any sales over $800 for the year. People are going to be hitting hard with taxes, guys. It's not going to be pretty. Michael Mercado says, ripping is gambling. Rip responsibly. Yes, you guys. Absolutely. I should add that disclaimer. Ripping is gambling. Rip responsibly. Gamble responsibly. Do not go outside your means to do so. Do not use the last money in your bank account sitting there before a paycheck unless it's just free money, unless that was money that, it's play money that you were going to spend anyways. Do not spend that last money that you've got on a break hoping to hit it big. Do not do that. It's gambling. It's dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Sal773 says, the IRS don't play it, LOL. No, they want that tax money, baby. Ben asking, what's expected to drop tomorrow? Probably the same stuff that we've been seeing, Ben. Like possibly select basketball, although I don't really know how much more of that is left on Target's end. Possibly going to see more Donruss. I'm not surprised if we see more mega boxes or blaster boxes of Donruss football. Maybe some Bowman Chrome retail, although last year when the mega boxes came out for retail, they were exclusive for Walmarts and not Targets. So possibly could be that way in 2021, but honestly, we never know until we see. And then, of course, possibly Optic Basketball. So unfortunately, it's been an extra 3 weeks that we've been waiting for Optic Basketball to drop. And no links on the back end yet on Target.com. Sayer Sports Cards and Collectables. That's why I want to stay small. And yeah, that's, I personally, I don't really even want to, become a big breaker. I want to become a big YouTuber. I want to be the guy. I want to be the authority that you come to hear about sports cards from. That's what I would love to be. Breaking some awesome boxes, hopefully getting lucky. Giving some stuff away. and being a source of knowledge for sports cards here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. That's what I want. Dave Taylor says the tax code change was lumped into the most recent Corona stimulus bill. Yes, it was, you guys. And yeah, it might be a little delayed until that takes over. But yeah, any resales over $600, you guys, those are now going to be taxed. Yeah, Dave Taylor nails it. 6 sales and $600 after 1/1/2021, you'll pay taxes on that. So that is why you got to track, you guys, where all your stuff came from. Because if you're selling these cards and you can prove, hey, well, I spent $80 to rip these boxes and I got these cards that are worth $60, then you're not going to have to pay taxes on it. Breaking Dan says you can write off product doing YouTube vids. Yes, I can, Breaking Dan. That is very true. That is very true. Do you know when Walmart's drop online? Asking Ben. Unfortunately, I don't, Ben. It is so random with Walmart.com sports card drops. As DJ High FX says, no drop today. See you all tomorrow. Yeah, guys, we just hit 450. We could just have a random late morning stock, but I have not seen anything on Target.com's back end as of yet. So it is looking like, along with that memo, you guys, big news, Target possibly starting in-store sales again, but only available by online pickup and online ordering. Looks like they're going to be selling the other sports cards for their online drop like normal tomorrow when they try to test locations out around the country for their in-store pickup as well. 808 Sports Picks says keep your receipts. Absolutely keep your receipts. Hire a great accountant, says Ivan Luca. That's true. How about Chronicles Draft Picks B-Ball, Leo G? Honestly, have not seen that. SoCal Sports Highlights, if you're 16, how do you pay taxes? You pay taxes just like the rest of us, bud. Sal, any sales over $600 profit? Yes, you will get taxed. That was the latest law. CyberX Sports Cards and Collectibles, get ready for tomorrow. Yeah, you guys, I think it is going to be a big drop on Target.com tomorrow. I think it's going to be one of the biggest in a few weeks. Hopefully, a lot of people are going to be coming back, having a lot of fun tomorrow. All right, guys. Oh, my goodness. Stop with the political chat. Either way, the Biden, the Trump, I don't want to hear it. No more. Either way, we're not doing political talk here. We're not doing it. No more. I don't want to see it. We're not here talking politics. We're talking sports cards. Yes, Jay Rosado, selling through Macari included. I mean, technically, you guys, they could tax you like on your garage sales if you wanted to, if they wanted to. If they wanted to come at you and say, hey, you held 6 garage sales this year, you're going to be taxed on every single item that you sold. Chosen Sports Cards says the $600 tax doesn't start till next year. Yeah, seems like that might be the case. And Don Yeesh asking, Schultzy, what's in your cup? We got chocolate milk, baby. Chocolate milk is for champions. Hemizy says, this is a sports channel. Exactly. I left news for a reason, you guys. I was a news anchor on the radio for years, and I left it for a reason. Sports only here. 808 Sports Picks. See you tomorrow, man. Thanks. Come on back, brother. Make sure everybody hits that like button on the way out, you guys. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. eBay will send you a 1099. Yes, they will, Clay Wynn. eBay, Mercari, StockX, all those guys are now going to send you a 1099 form for taxes at the end of the year. And if you can prove with receipts and transactions that you bought all these sports cards, then you're good to go. And thankfully, I mean, you can just see all the stuff I've opened on my channel. I can just point to that saying, hey, this is where I opened it. This is where I pulled these cards. Brandon says, Schultzy got that drank in his cup. Yeah, no alcohol too early for that. Although, in Hawaii, it might get interesting. At the end of the month, you guys, I will be live streaming for these drops from Hawaii. for at least, hopefully, a Thursday morning. If they don't do like a Wednesday live stream or a Target.com drop for a Wednesday morning live stream. Tabletop Geek asking what time I go live tomorrow. It will be at 3:45 as I do every morning. PayPal report after 10K. Yes. Yes, they will. Yeah, you guys. Make sure you be aware that being a reseller anymore is not just no tax, easy, whatever. They were so lax about it. I think you could sell on eBay almost, it was like over 20,000 or 200 transactions. And even if you met one and didn't meet the other, you still weren't taxed. But anything over those limits, you were taxed, which is a ton. That's a lot of money, obviously. Ultran, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Just like your videos. Bottom line, if you're selling cards online, you better keep all your receipts from purchases throughout the year so you can prove what you spent compared to what you made, says GLDO. Absolutely. That's the big deal right there, you guys. Yep, 220. Both thresholds had to be met, says Breaking Dan. That is absolutely crazy. Big policy change, you guys, and a lot more expensive for resellers, unfortunately. And by resellers, I in that situation, I mean like cards. Like reselling the cards that you ripped. Because everybody does that. That's like the whole basis of this. And not a lot of dudes that are collecting cards are the kings of organization. Some are. But, man, you expect all these peeps to keep all of these receipts throughout the year? Government's setting themselves up for something there. Tim says, Schultzy, you're going to Hawaii. Will you take a dude in a wheelchair with you? LOL, no, we will not. It's funny. Cali Bread Break says, good luck on the drop tomorrow, guys. Thanks, man. Thanks for checking on in. Yeah, Clint says you were still expected to pay taxes. You just didn't get a 1099 for it. Yeah. And like I said, the thresholds were a lot higher on Target.com for before. And I did see somebody asking if, hey, Schultzy, do you go to card shows? I do. Actually, you guys, they're super excited. My local card show that's going on, the Twin Oaks Card Show, usually once a month in the Portland metro area, and then also up in the Seattle area as well. They have their Portland area show this Saturday. It's at a place called the Mall 205. I will be there. Very excited. I will absolutely be there. Alice Mikowski asking, so no drop today? Unfortunately, no drop today. I will be back tomorrow, though, helping us all hunt for sports cards here on Target.com, you guys. Standard deduction is $25K. Most people won't even touch that in itemized deductions. Exactly, Rich G. Very true. Very true. If you get a CPA, you're not paying taxes, says Seti Secor. Very also true, man. Yeah, you guys, find a good CPA, especially if you are running a business or anything like that. Use that tax code to your advantage. eBay fees eat all profits, says CQ Breaks, LOL. Yeah, that's the big problem. That is the big problem. Jonathan Amaya, what do you think about Fanatics going all in, breaking, grading, and retail stores? They want to cut out Walmart, Target, card shops, etc. Now, Jonathan, I will say early on, Fanatics doing that, trying to come out kind of barreling and saying that they really want to take over everything scares me initially because they're saying that, but they don't really have a plan to implement it yet. So I'm a little skeptical. I think Dan Rubin is getting very confident without really coming out and talking much about any of the details. You know, we've heard a lot about like the collector experience from Dan Rubin, but the problem is, you guys, right now, access to cards in the hobby is absolute crap. And he hasn't really talked about the price. He hasn't really talked about what kind of cards that collectors would be able to score under the new Fanatics model. He's only said the collector experience sucks and we want to change that. So And especially, go back recently, it was like a week ago, an interview with CNBC on TV, just talking about like the collector's experience and how it's lacking. And we really haven't heard much as far as detailed plans. We've just heard like big things that they want to do, that they want to cut Walmart, that they want to cut Target out, which, I mean, if they can have boxes of sports cards on Fanatics.com available for everybody to buy online like this, sure. Make it easier, make it guaranteed. If they just say, you know what, we're going to go and cancel all bot transactions and we're going to make sure it's all manual, sure. If they handle it that way, then it's going to be very positive for the collector. However, and we're not hearing about any of these details yet, and that's just like the cards being bought part. If that isn't necessarily going to go that way, then I don't know how positive it's going to be for collectors trying to get their hands on cards. Oh, Michael Rubin, not Dan. Thank you, Brandon. Sorry about that. Michael Rubin. It's early. My apologies. And then the other things, like with them handling grading and stuff like that. Now, I agree. Grading necessarily isn't the best right now. However, I would not like it if Fanatics took over a long storied company like PSA. You know, if they wanted to try and buy one of the smaller companies and turn it into something, I can understand that because they are trying to get their hands in everything. But Beckett and PSA better tell Fanatics like to go bleep themselves, because I'm telling you what, you guys, I like where Fanatics could be headed with this, but monopolies are not necessarily the best for any industry. So beware. Nothing backloaded. Breaking Dan Schultzy, how many scoops of chocolate powder in each cup? This usually goes 2, and I threw in some protein powder as well, just to try and get that protein going for the day. CNBC interviews Jonathan Amaya talking about Michael Rubin on there. Says, seems that they are money hungry. They're going to have an IPO stock and want a bigger evaluation. He says he wants to cut everyone out so he can have all the money. Might buy PSA or Beckett. I really hope that they don't let him, man. I really hope they don't let him. You know, one of those smaller companies, like I'm saying, I understand. But, man, those two companies that have been around the longest, I understand what they just did to Topps. But, you know, grading is different than the actual printing of the cards. And PSA has been doing it in a certain way for so long. Beckett's been doing it in a certain way for so long. And that is actually something that I don't want Fanatics handling. I don't. Brian says, bye, see you in the morning. Say no to drugs, they kill. Appreciate you, Brian. Hang loose, everybody. We are at 5:02 Pacific time, 8:02 East Coast time, you guys. I'm going to hang for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to be off. I know all y'all got school to go to, work to go to, rest to go back to get, kids to take care of, wives, husbands to please. I understand. Not a problem at all. So, yeah, we'll be done here in a few minutes. But we'll continue hanging, talking about the possible future of sports cards under Fanatics.com for the next few minutes. Aaron Queen says, say no to taxation, they kill. Yeah, two things for sure in life, buddy. Death and taxes, unfortunately. Just the way it is. And I say unfortunately because it's like, what are you going to do about it? And I see a lot of people talking about the issues with being a card seller now on eBay with new tax limits. That definitely started something. Pretty crazy, you guys, that, I mean, yeah, you usually didn't really have to keep track of anything on eBay up until this year. Clay Wynn says they're going to grade the cards they also manufacture. Nothing wrong there, LOL. Yeah. See, and what that'll do, you guys, in my opinion, that will significantly devalue graded cards if they're the ones that are producing the cards and then grading them themselves. Because what you're going to see, mark my words, you're going to see like pre-graded, you know, like 10s from Fanatics in a hobby box as like a possible exclusive or possible pull. And I don't want that. I don't want that. That's not a part of the process. I understand they want to change things, and I'm down with that, but that's definitely weird, and There are just some things that they could do that I don't want to happen. And there are great things about Fanatics taking over the hobby, but guys, if they take over grading, I am not okay with that. I am not okay with that. Break and dance. See you tomorrow, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Yeah, guys, 5:04. We'll hang around for about 6 more minutes, and then I'll get out of here. Let y'all get back to your days. Grunchman 17, if you improve their old cards, then they will be taxed under long-term capital gains. Nice. Nice. That's a pretty good one, actually. Yeah, check on that, card sellers on eBay. Pedro Garcia, nothing has dropped, unfortunately, you guys. Target.com has not had a drop. And make sure on the way out, you guys, you smash the like button and you join my Discord if you'd like to hang in the community while we are not in these chats. Basically the same community while we're here every morning in the Discord. Adios, Schultzy, says James Bannon. See you tomorrow, man. Jose, no drop today. It looks like it's going to be tomorrow for Target.com. Along with you guys, if you missed it again, Target going to be running a sports trading cards fulfillment test for in-store pickup. Looks like tomorrow at some different stores around the country. Starting October 6th, this is a memo directly from Target. An inter-store memo that we've gotten our hands on, you guys. Your store will test having select sports trading cards eligible for online pickup or drive up to fulfill out of the back room only. These cards will be different than the ones currently sent on the sales floor, which means they're going to be the valuable ones, guys, as they are only for online pickup or drive up. Looks like that is going to be rolled out tomorrow in the test phase. So we'll see how many cities and how many Target stores actually have sports cards available to buy online for pickup. Grungeman17 says, I want a real conversation around front-loaded boxes and Target print runs, whether all Target boxes are their own mass thing. All right, Grungeman, that's actually a great question. Now, retail runs most of the time for any product are different and separate than like a hobby box run. And you can see that played out in the Select Basketball retail cards. They're just blue. And then Select Basketball Hobby is still just like a chromium card. So basically, when you're seeing all these boxes released at retail and mass, I mean, these are being printed at quite the clip. And Panini, unfortunately, not really telling us the printing run of any base cards, which in my opinion is ridiculous, but that's the way that they do business. And we're all paying more per card on the secondary market because of it. It's so weird, man. They're the ones making the money on the front end. They're not even making it on the back end, so I don't know why they would care so much about limiting the knowledge on what their base print runs are. Topps, you can kind of figure it out with the odds on their boxes, but Panini, they just kind of give you the middle finger and say, haha, you'll never know. And even as their executives tell us that they're trying to make the hobby easier, they still did that. And that is one thing, you guys, that I've mentioned with the Fanatics buyout or takeover of sports cards. They bailed Topps and Panini out from having to really deal with the true wrath of their customers. And they bailed them out from having to actually make up for all the terrible business practices that they've had in place for the past decade. And so that is something that I see that really is unfortunate that comes from Fanatics entering the game like this, is Topps and Panini really just don't have any reason to stay loyal to their customers anymore. And if you've already had trouble trying to get stuff from them, good luck going forward, man. Good luck. Michael in Kansas is because they want hysteria around cards. Exactly. They want chaos. It's stupid. And it annoys the absolute hell out of me. And they want chaos when they're sitting there lying to your face saying they don't. That's what bugs me the most. That's what really gets on my nerves. Michael G asking for my pick of the week for an upset. Got to give that to you tomorrow, buddy. Did not come prepared. Yeah, bye-bye Mariners indeed, says Rudy Soria. Rich G says, all you have to do is look at Select Football this year. 50K blasters, multiple weeks. Those cards are barely worth the paper they're printed on. Select Football And Select Basketball, you guys, had some massive print runs. And think about this, you guys. Select Football had almost 160 parallels for 2020. 160, near that colored parallels. And in general, Panini had almost 40 football releases for last year in 2020. Almost 40. I tried to count them all. It was like 37, 38, or 39. And I wasn't sure that I was missing one or two, or I had skipped one along the way. So I'm just looking at almost 40. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. We are down to the wire this morning. 5:10 Pacific time, 8:10 East Coast time. I will be back tomorrow streaming, hopefully getting some sports cards for y'all from Target.com. Make sure you smash that like button. Helps me feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee on your way out. Check out the Discord. Link is in the description as well as pinned at the top of the chat. Thank you all so much. Hope you enjoy some wildcard baseball today, you guys. It is Wildcard Tuesday. Wildcard Tuesday. Got baseball. You got the NBA starting up. And NFL Thursday football just a couple of days away. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Check out the Discord. Smash that like button. You know the spiel. Thank you. I will be back bright and early. Make sure you get some rest and be safe out there. All right, guys. Hopefully we find some sports cards tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here to every single one of you. It means a lot. Schultzy's card pulls